Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews.
Welcome to Purge Reviews, where we take two games, keep one, and get one out of here. Today we're going to be looking at Photosynthesis versus Topiary. And what you're going to have here is two games that we'll be placing things on the board, but looking at the height of them and deciding which one will score you the most points. In Photosynthesis, you're looking at more of an economic game, where you're looking at the economy of the sunlight, where your trees that you build will be able to garner sunlight by the placement of the sun that moves around the board. And as you have these sunlight points, you'll be able to spin those to put seeds or grow your trees or cut down your trees and score points. In Topiary, you have a 5x5 grid where you'll be placing a meeple on the board, and then you can exchange one of the tiles to score you points. In Photosynthesis, you have this whole push and pull about whether you want to keep your trees up and blocking other people, or if you want to maximize your points by cutting them down now and getting the most amount of points, because every time you cut down a tree, it's worth less and less. In Topiary, you have this abstract scoring system that will be utilized based on the placement of the topiaries throughout the tiles and what your meeples can see. Photosynthesis really gels with the theme more. You have the 3D components that look fantastic on the board. And when you're growing a tree, it gets bigger. And you can visually see that. And you can see the sun move around. In Topiary, it really feels like you're just playing tiles. It feels a lot more abstract. Why are you scoring these and why are you doing this? It doesn't make a lot of sense thematically. I feel like Topiary gives you the better decision. So during the game, you'll be placing these meeples, and you can't place it where somebody already has been. So there's a little bit of blockage in that. But you'll be deciding when you pick up these face-down tiles with your hand which one you want to place and how you will score the most points. And sometimes no decision is your best decision. The problem I have with Photosynthesis is you only have so much light. There's only so much you can do. And you need to get those trees up to the fore in order to cut them down to score the points. So I feel like getting those trees built up as quickly as possible is the strategy to go, and cutting them down would be one way to score points. But if you cut them down, you're no longer getting as much light. So there's a push and pull to kind of cut them down towards the end of the game when things are settling down rather than earlier in the game. And I feel like that became a set strategy for our group. Both games have a lot of player interaction in the form of blocking each other. In Topiary, you'll be blocking people in the view that they want and putting out the topiaries to block them from scoring. But I feel like in Photosynthesis, it's a lot more cutthroat. You're going to be placing trees, leaving them up just to block people. You can see the rotation of the sun, and blocking people is a large portion of this game. At least when we played, I felt like blocking people was almost as important as what I was doing on my turn. Beyond a shadow of the doubt, I feel like Photosynthesis is the more cutthroat game of the two. If you like that kind of gameplay, then you may steer yourself towards Photosynthesis. Although Topiary also has it, I feel like you have more options to kind of minimize that cutthroat nature of the game. Overall, I feel like Topiary is the better game. We'll go ahead and get rid of Photosynthesis right now. Boom. Because I don't feel like it can stand up to Topiary. Although I know Photosynthesis is a very popular game, a lot of people like it. For my taste, it just didn't have the strategic decisions that I wanted.